Alright folks, we are about ready to make a video here. We are fishing the Tuesday night 3-hour derby. Gonna go in and pay our money and see what the guys are up to here. Hammer.
What's up?
What's going on? How nice Chief doing?
You probably will.
He wasn't doing good yesterday.
Was not.
It's not as bad as it's been.
That's right.
It's not as bad. You know.
Last week was brutal.
I bet it was. I thought about y'all. I thought, nah, there's no way.
723 here. Out there.
That is
That's all in
$4.
$400, right? You're working late. You're not normally working when we...
No, I took 115. I'm
All right.
closing up tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're back out.
Yeah, me too. Yes, sir.
All right, we got a pretty good crowd out here tonight. Looks like I was about number 23, so it'll be worth fishing today for the winner and the prize winners here. But yeah, we are gonna fish 5 to 8:30 by myself tonight. Marty's got grandkids, so he's not with me. But we'll get out and see if we can practice what we've been preaching. I know we're ready to do videos again. My son Skylar told me a few minutes ago that he had my computer ready. So anyway, we'll go out here and see what we can do. All right, folks, we are at our first spot here. Kind of where I normally start and just kind of check it out. And it's always worth a shot when there's current. So we're gonna take a shot at it. This little spot here can kind of, not a great place, but it's got a lot of variables that you can kind of fish some things and kind of check the mood of the fish. So see how it goes. What I'm going to do, what I normally do here, put the boat in about 15 feet and fixing me to get a crankbait out here in just a second and work down through here. And turn around and flip it on the way back. Alright, we have crankbaited this stretch and caught one fish, and it was the wrong species, a little white bass. So I'm gonna flip it. If we get a bite, we'll come back and do it again. If not, we'll move on. So it's kind of my deal on this stuff. So it's got a lot to offer. It can give you about any kind of situation that out there. While we're fishing here, folks, I'm gonna give you, we've been battling in my family this Delta variant of COVID. I'm gonna tell you this, it's real. Nothing political about it. I still say vaccination is a personal choice, but if you want just a whole regular old common guy's opinion, get your vaccination. You don't want any part of what my wife's been dealing with. I mean, none of it. Shout out to Tim Hurd. He watches our channel here. Tim upgraded his a lot of his equipment. He put some of his stuff he had up for sale. Just great stuff. And sold it at a very reasonable price, and just a good guy all the way around. Just want to say hello to Tim. I know he'll be watching. This is one of the rods I bought off of him right here. smooth, light, just a good Falcon lowrider. Pretty good price point rod, you know, for the common fella like me. I mean, I know you guys out there, fish some of the other $200 and $300 rods, and they're worth it. If you're looking for a specific thing, I mean, the rods are worth as much as you can spend on them. You know, for me, this is plenty. It'll get bit in here. Take this opportunity to plug one of our sponsors here. Quantum just picked us up. This is the Quantum Accurus reel. Outstanding reel. I want to say thanks to them for picking up Bass Junky, and helping us with our channel. Maybe we can get a bite on this thing. An outstanding reel, I'll tell you that. I've had it a while. This is not some knee-jerk, hey, give me a reel and see what happens. I paid for this reel here. I haven't used my sponsor monies yet, so we got the Coos River cutoff going on up here. Somebody cut me off and they got cut off. He gets a bite in this grass, and I mean, it's on then, Jack. Everybody crowds up in this thing. My old buddy Paige Cash says everybody. Say hey to all of my school friends out there. I'm retired now, so they all getting ready to start back. Wish them a good luck and a great school year. There's a bite right there. I don't believe he's gonna make the team. It is some feedback. I wished he'd be 15, but I just don't believe he's gonna make the team. Or 14, excuse me. I mean, look for 15, look for 14. Go on my finger. No, he's 13. Alright folks, you saw that one out there didn't make the team. Well, I forgot to tell y'all, it's a 12-inch limit here on Neely, but on this derby here, Tuesday, Wednesday night derby, we fished for 3 14-inch fish. That fish there, as you saw, was 13, so he don't make the team, but there's some feedback. That was off of piece of wood up in that grass, so I don't really know. It was on a grass point, which fits into the last semblance of a pattern we had, was on these grassy points here. So we'll keep our eye out for that. There was a little stick of wood there. A little Quantum Accurus there. And this Dobbins rod, I mean, it's a, anybody that watches this channel knows I'm a fan of Dobbins rod, but I may have to try to become a fan of Quantum. So we're here trying to We'll check this. Just happened to drive by here and see a little piece of grass with some wood around it. It kind of fits the only bite we've had today. Thought it might be worth 15 minutes to see what's out here. See if we can get bit. And I'm gonna flip it with the tube and the jig and see how it goes. Got the brush guard trimmed nearly off on this jig. So it's a little sticky down there. The bite right there. A little spotamus there. He definitely ain't gonna make the team, but again, it's some feedback. Didn't do much to help our cause, but it helped our feelings. You get them to bite the jig, and the problem with the tube is what you're seeing. You get a lot of bites on tube, which is a plus. I mean, you can't get 3 big ones till you get 3 bites, you know. So you got to have some bites. So we're gonna kind of keep doing this. There's some more wood laying down through here. Kind of see if we can find a big one out here. Pretty well bet I'm the only person fishing the tube. I don't know why, but we quit fishing tubes. A tube, flipping a tube is that's a good play to run. I mean, it's a good bait. And that fish right there just kept holding on to it. I couldn't tell if I was hung up or not. And when you get bites on tubes, they tend to do that. They'll hang on to it. And it has such a different fall to it. And it just kind of spirals around, and you'll see me, people call it stroking a tube. I'm sure I want to call it that, but you'll see me put a pretty good motion on it to get that erratic fall to it. Here again, this is that quantum accurate reel. You see those things out anywhere, I mean, they're worth the money. Guy got his bucket garden out this year. You can see that or not. The guy does this every year right here. Pretty neat. He'll always have tomatoes and peppers and things like that planted in these big old huge buckets. I'll fish to this corner right here. Maybe we can get a big one out of there. There's a lot of positives about tubes and flipping tubes, a lot of them. There's one thing that a tube has that no other bait I know of has is, you know, kind of the more worn it gets, the better it gets. And it busts into that salt, I guess. I don't know what the deal is, but you know, the longer, if you can keep a tube, you can just keep it hanging on. That's how come you see me. Of course, I am cheap, and I want to get as much as I can get out of them. But these tubes, the more beat up they get, the better they get. And you eventually run into where you can't keep them on your hook. Just fall off. And don't confuse that with, I mean, I am a cheapskate. I'm gonna fish it. The water temperature in here is just so much hotter than the right there. Measure anyway. Gotta get them in though. Ain't good. Oh, one of them 13 inchers look like, but you know, you gotta get them in, and you can't not catch fish when you're out here in these little derbies. In 3 hours, man, you gotta cash in on every bite you get. And just poor fishing. That's all that is. Ah, it ain't gonna measure. All right, folks, the tube is where it's at. I just can't get the right fish on it, you know. Gonna keep the tube in the top water the rest of the deal here and see what happens. Right there about carried me off. This tube out here in this current is just deadly. Like we've already talked about, a lot of people have gave up on the tube, or you know, much fancy stuff out right now. Get this tube around wood, I think, is the deal. It's gonna be too little too late, I'm afraid.